Welcome into College Corner. Today, getting to my 3 best bets for the Final Four of the NCAA Tournament. Guys, if you've been watching the show from last week, we had a great run to finish the weekend, 6-0, 8-1 from Friday through Sunday. Throughout the entire 4 days from the Sweet 16 Elite 8, I think we were 9-3. Love to see that. If we made you some money, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel as well if you enjoyed, because we'll have national championship picks too. Season's coming to an end, but these again are going to be my 3 favorite plays. If you guys are looking to sign up somewhere, place these wagers as well, these player props, which we've been crushing lately. You can find them at a number of different books, but one I go to most often is DraftKings. So if you guys do want to sign up, if you haven't signed up at DraftKings already, you sign up, you bet $5, you're going to get $150 in bonus bets. So I'll include that link down below in the description, but let's get into the plays. We got 2 games to go through. I still find a way to get 3 plays, and I will have more. I already have locked in a couple more player props that I'm not sharing with you guys today. My Twitter came up on the screen at Tyler McKillop. Follow me there. I'll drop more there. Also on our Lines at Lunch TikTok too. But let's start with FAU and San Diego State. We obviously have this, the stadium environment as opposed to arena environment. So that can definitely have an impact on scoring, totals. We see the total in this game set at 131 or 132. 131.5, 132. I definitely was considering taking the under again. It helped for us worked for us on Sunday with San Diego State. But instead, I'm going FAU +2. We talked about this over a month ago now when we did our video predicting the next NCAA national championship winner. San Diego State was that team. So I have an 80-1 ticket on San Diego State. So there's no bias here. I do hope they keep winning and win the whole damn thing. But matchup-wise, I do like the Owls here. These are 2 offenses that play right into the strength of the opposing defense. For Florida Atlantic, or for San Diego State's defense and for Florida Atlantic offensively, this is yet another team for SDSU that is pretty reliant on scoring from the perimeter. FAU takes 44% of their shots from 3. That ranks 35th in the country. Now, this isn't as high of a volume as Charleston, Alabama, and Furman do, those other opponents that we've seen from San Diego State. Still a high volume because San Diego State, elite 3-point defense. Like what they've been doing throughout the tournament is absurd. I'm pretty sure teams are shooting less than 20% during the tournament. And we're talking about an Alabama team that was one of the best offenses in the country, pulled it out. We're talking about a Creighton team that they managed to take down that's got a couple great 3-point shooters. So they've proven it time and time again. 27.8% opponents are shooting. Just ridiculous. Now for San Diego State offensively, they want to score on the interior and at the free throw line. FAU is fantastic, man. The thing is like this team is very real. This is legit. We are seeing UAB in North Texas tonight, I'm recording this on Thursday, playing in the NIT championship. Like Conference USA had a terrific season. There are some great teams. What they've done, and they've proven it time and time again. We'll get to that a little bit more. But San Diego State, like I mentioned, that offense scoring in the interior. FAU opponents are shooting just 44.8% from 2, 11th in the country. Great interior defense. Also do a great job keeping opponents off the line. They rank 43rd in opponent free throw rate. So defense should play a huge factor here. Now, one of these offenses, in my mind, and the statistics will tell you the same, is far, far more efficient than the other. Despite the high volume 3-point shooting from FAU, they're still shooting 46% from the field, still a top 50 rate in the country. Meanwhile, San Diego State, a team that doesn't take that many threes, is shooting 43.9% from the field, 193rd in the country. They are not very efficient. We've seen them force opponents into a lot of spells of minutes, a few minutes of like completely not being able to make a single bucket, and that can go on from both sides. I don't think FAU's that type of team. They're very consistent. They're not running into those lulls or those runs where they're not putting the ball in the hoop. San Diego State, that can happen, and they're running into a really good defense here yet again. And again, FAU has proven to me that 3-point volume is as important as it is to their offense. They're able to find ways to win without it. Tennessee, the number 1 3-point defense in the country. Kansas State, who they just beat, the 24th in the country in 3-point defense. They've found ways to score without needing it to be the 3, and found ways to win without the 3. I mean, what did they score? Almost 80 points against Kansas State? Opportunity here for Janelle Davis, Vladislav Golden to score inside and at the rim at will. San Diego State's 2-point defense hasn't been that good this year. They're 149th in the country in 2-point defense. Opponents are shooting 49.5%. They don't have a lot of size here. Like Keshad Johnson is kind of their big man they'd go to at like 6'9". Golden's like a 7'2". I really like his opportunity to score in this matchup. So I'm going FAU. I like taking them with the points. I think the offense is a little bit more efficient, and we've got 2 great defenses, so I'll give the edge to the team that I trust a little bit more offensively. Moving on, we're going to the last one here on Saturday night. Hopefully you guys will be enjoying a couple drinks with the fellas for what should be a fantastic game. UConn and Miami. I'm so excited for this game between these two offenses. I'm going with Adama Sanogo. Over 17.5 points. Looking at some data here from props.cash. Guys, if you aren't using props.cash, I'll include the link in the description. Fantastic place to get all this data, all this information in one place. Baseball season's just launched as well today, and they've got so much information for you to have all in one place to help you be able to bet on player props in all sports. But that link is down below. Promo code OwnersBox gets you 25% off your first month. So go check them out. But data here for props.cash. He's gone over in 6 of his last 10 games. He went over in 4 straight until that blowout win over Gonzaga. His minutes aren't really that high. They like to get Klingon in a fair bit. I think here we've got a matchup with Miami, a team full of shot makers between Nigel Pack, Jordan Miller, Isaiah Wong. These guys are one of the most efficient offenses in the country. I did a little short on them. They've been shooting at an insane rate throughout the tournament. But the total here, very high, 149.5, expecting these teams to find the hoop quite a bit. I think this is going to make it very hard for UConn to be able to run away with this game as good as their defense is. I think Miami can keep up, and Sanogo is the guy that has the biggest advantage on the offensive side of any player for UConn here. Let's get into this matchup a little bit more. Centers against Miami. We've done it here on the YouTube channel. We've done it on Twitter. We've done it on our TikTok when I'm sharing plays. Centers against Miami have been crushing it. They've cleared their player prop in all 4 tournament games. Now, they haven't gone over this number in all 4 tournament games, but the player props that they've had lined up, they've cleared. Starting with Darnell Brody in a very low-scoring game against Drake. The center for Drake went 9 for 14 from the field, 20 points. Trace Jackson Davis, 23 points. Jarris Walker, who shot 4 of 16 from the field. We had his player prop on the last weekend. He still had 16 points in that game, still cleared his number. Timmy Allen, when they had the injury there with Dessou, he went 6 for 11 from the field, 16 points. So these guys have all proven to be able to score against this Miami interior defense because it's been very, very bad this season, and it hasn't changed in the tournament. Opponents are shooting 51.6% from 2. That is 246 in the country defensively for the Hurricanes. And Norchard O'Meara is their big man. He's 6'7". He plays the center spot, kind of that untraditional type of look for this starting 5. And Sanogo is going to absolutely crush them. He's going to have a massive, massive game. The only thing that keeps me from being completely sold on putting I think right now I've got 2 units on this play. It might be more closer to game time, honestly, because I love this play so much. The only thing that gives me any sort of pause is the fact that he's not playing that high volume of minutes. But again, when he's on the floor, and I think in a game that'll be more competitive, like we saw their loss to Marquette in the Big East tournament, he played well over 30 minutes. So if we get a close game here, I think Klingon will be on the bench a little bit more. This is Sanogo's usage rate, very, very high, 26.4%. Everything offensively goes through him. They're a high-volume three-point shooting team, but it's because of the threat he has on the interior to be able to kick out to those guards to score on some open looks from 3. But again, the usage rate is great. He's taking almost 12 field goal attempts per game. You love to see that. And over 90% of his shots come on the interior, come from 2. You'll see him pull up from 3 sometimes. He's like a 35% three-point shooter. If we get one of those, that'll be nice. But very efficient from 2, shooting almost 64% inside. I just love Sanogo here. This is a guy that I think Miami will struggle to have an answer for, and as a result, will need to make up for it on the offensive end. I don't know how you're going to find an answer for him. Nobody has. So give me Adama Sanogo over 17.5 points. Last play here, we're going to Tristan Newton over 5.5 assists. We won't need too much to talk about in this one. This will definitely be a little bit shorter here. Again, the data here from props.cash looks very, very good. Cleared this number in 7 of his last 10 games. And at some books, I believe I played this at FanDuel at plus 106, maybe plus 108. Still available at plus money, which is surprising because I like using the data from props.cash to tell me, hey, this is what the line's set at. Is this a realistic number for him? Has he been hitting it? Been hitting in 7 of his last 10 games. Take that, and then you get an even better matchup, which we'll get to shortly. But assist rate, 27% assist rate, which is top. It's 130th in the country amongst all players. We're talking the entire field of like thousands of college basketball players in Division I. He's top 130 in assist rate at 27%. And again, this UConn team, a lot of what they do, 63% of the field goals they make are assisted, which is 8th in the country. So very high volume here of assists to be able to go around for this offense. It's led by the point guard, Tristan Newton. He took advantage. We took advantage of Miami's lack of ability, or like lackadaisical defense, I guess I would say, on Sunday with Carr's assist clearing. I had him at 6.5, I believe, at some nice plus money at plus 120. He cleared that number. And Miami, as a result, like I mentioned, targeting them, ranks 218th in opponent assists per field goal made. So teams that play them tend to be able to move the ball well and find those open lanes and quick shots right off those dishes. So I love Newton here as the point guard, especially with that matchup we talked about with Sanogo. Miami struggles defending the interior. You can see a lot of pick and roll between Sanogo and Newton and some easy buckets. So I love taking him over 5.5 assists. Numbers are there. Matchup is great. Give me Newton over 5.5 assists. Wrapping things up, again, FAU +2, Adama Sanogo over 17.5 points, and then finally Tristan Newton over 5.5 assists. Again, if you guys are looking for more plays, more props, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Tyler McKillop. I'll throw it in the pinned comments as well, just so you guys can check that out there. I do have more ready to go. And of course, we'll be back. I'll drop the video on Sunday previewing the national championship game. Guys, enjoy a fantastic 2 matchups here on Saturday in college hoops. It's crazy the matchups we're getting, the teams that made it here, but I don't think these teams will disappoint. So enjoy Saturday. We will see you guys on Monday. Let's keep winning. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.